how does it feel to be nominated for Best Album?
Lovely. Yeah. Lovely, he says.
Lovely jubbly.
You're not strangers to awards. You got the Say Award, didn't you? So how meaningful is it to you to pick up awards like this, nomination?
It's part of a process, really. The guys and I, we don't make music to win awards, but at the same time, these things help, along the way, and it's just recognition for hard work and creativity.
And how do you think your songwriting's evolved since your debut up until Cocoa Sugar?
Well, I imagine it gets better. I think that's the only way you work things out in your head, and you try and excel as much as possible, and just push yourself to whatever degree that you need to get to for the next thing to be better than it was, than the previous record. So I think it's just a continuation, really, of just improving.
And why do you think these set of songs in particular have connected with people?
It's a really hard thing. Like, we have just been ourselves and expressing ourselves in the best ability, and I think you kind of find a resemblance in each other, a similarity within each other. So I think the honesty and the dishonesty that also exists within it all helps.
Is it important for you to make a statement with your music?
I think we just need to surprise ourselves, that's all. And maybe that's a statement enough. Like, I think usually what happens with us is we don't intend to make statements for anybody else but ourselves, but that always seems to make a statement. So just the way it happens. So it's no intentional. I think sometimes you do. Sometimes, like with an album cover, you want to make a statement where you want it to say something. But with the actual songwriting, I think it's just for us to enjoy it first, and us to feel the element of surprise, and us to feel like it's important enough, whatever we're saying to ourselves. That's it. And it's the same with the whole process. Is like that. We have to please ourselves first. If we're trying to please everybody else,
you're not going to win.
You're never going to win. You're never going to feel proud of what you've done. You're never going to. You can put constraints on it and make yourself go through stuff to somehow maybe come out with something different at the end, which is what we usually do, and it works. So,
with that in mind, what's your biggest achievement so far, do you think?
Just still being here.
Being born.
It's just being here, just being able to make music and write songs that we want to do. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been different for us. Like when we were teenagers, we were a boy band, and we still are a boy band in a sense, but the fact that we can go in the studio, no one tells us what to do, no one's there, no one's overseeing it, we're there, just the three of us, and we come up with what we want to. That's just lucky, but it's luck, but it's also the work that we've all put in it, so that's what we're grateful for, really.
Would you have any advice for young artists starting out?
Just keep going.
It's hard, because we had so much advice from people when we were young that was so wrong, and good people give you advice that's wrong. So who are we to give people advice? You know what I mean? Just listen to yourself.
If you have a talent and you want to work on something, and just do it, and just find a way to make it work. It's a means to an end. For us, that's what it's like. But for other people, they might just want to do it because they enjoy it. There's a multitude of reasons why a child or a person would want to get into certain things. So I think just if you enjoy it, just keep going, and if you can keep it up, keep going. It's a long road. it's a struggle, but
there's not a lot of pleasures, and if you are finding pleasure in what you're doing, then continue at it. That's it.